Hi friends in New Creation, it's Rebecca. At all of February during Black History Month, we're going to be using our children's time to read books featuring Black characters. But I have a really special book to share with you today. It's a Caldecott winner. That means it won a really big prize for being one of the best illustrated books. It's about 60 years old. So if you know an older person, your grandparents maybe, might have read this book when they were a kid, but it remains a very popular one. It's called The Snowy Day, and I think it's perfect because when I'm recording this, we have lots of snow here in Newton, where I am recording it from. So I went outside. You can see I'm wearing my mittens for this job, and I brought us some snow inside so we could set the setting a little bit. If it weren't so cold, but just snowy, maybe I would record this outside. But since it's not just cold or snowy around here, but it's also very cold, I'm going to record inside. But we'll have some snow to get us in the mood. I do need to take off my mittens, though, now that I'm done handling the snow, because I can't turn the pages with them. All right, ready for this? The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. The Snowy Day. Do you see the title? There we go. The Snowy Day. Whee! One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out, like this. Like a little penguin. He walked with his toes pointing in, like this. Like a pigeon. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks. Do you see a third track here? He found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. It was a stick. A stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. I like his little red snowsuit. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight. But he wasn't old enough. Not yet. I'm wondering what you did in the snow this week. Did you go sledding? Did you have a snowball fight? Did you build a snowman? Did you make snow angels? So, he made a smiling snowman. And he made angels. That's what Peter did. Pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big tall heaping mountain of snow and slid all the way down. He picked up a handful of snow and another and still another. He packed it round and firm and put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. And he thought, and he thought, and he thought about them. I like that big pink bathtub. Ooh, I bet that's warm after a cold day out in the snow. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt very sad. Oh. He's going to sleep. Sad. Why is he sad? Because the snowball in his pocket disappeared. You know where that snowball went. What happens to the snow? While he slept, Peter dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere. New snow was falling. After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out into the deep snow. Well, however you spend your snowy days, I hope you liked this book. One reason that this book is special is because when Ezra Jack Keats wrote it and published it, he was the author and the illustrator. There had been no children's book that showed respectful pictures of African American children. And so this was the first book where the main character was African American or black. He was a black American that showed him doing everyday things that kids did. And when African American children read this book, or when their teachers or their parents or their family members read it to them, they got to see themselves in it for the first time. And Mr. Keats got a lot of mail about that. And he said some of the most exciting was from school teachers who could finally read books to their students about kids who looked like them. And that was exciting. That it was sad that it took so long to make that kind of book. And we're so glad he did, because now we have all kinds of great picture books showing us characters who are African American. I hope you like this one. If you have a favorite one, you can tell me about it, email me about it, or you can have your parents text me about it, or you can tell somebody else in your house if you've read a book that you like that features an African American character. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.